a lot has been happening, and I think at the end of this segment I might go into it. I'm not sure, we'll see. But the reason that I got happy today is because yesterday I got something from Cheritz. It finally came in! I'm so happy. So we're gonna do a little unboxing, a little Korean unboxing. Got my knife. I have to be very careful with this one now because I think there's something clothy and plushy in here. Oh, just ripped it. Never cut towards yourself, she says. Never do it. Let's see if I can get through this tag. Yay! Look at this! Oh my god! So, on top, we have a V keychain! Look at him! Look at this little camera! Oh my god! It's so cute! Then, we have V emoji stickers. He's so precious. Look at that one. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Oh! See you later. Eyes sparkly. What? Juman, why do you keep talking about Ellie? Oh my god. And then I am the queen of weeb. I got a pillow. Geez, it's huge. I was not expecting it to be this big. So let's open the pillow. Open the pillow. Rawr. Pillow is unleashed. And then you get a little sneak peek of what the pillow's gonna look like. I thought it was gonna be a printed pillow, like my Diva pillow is printed on the pillow, which I need to do something with that. Let's see, is there a... There is a steely thing. And let's look at it. Upside down? Yes. On this side, it has him all happy. He is so happy. On this side, he's like, hey babe, love you kid. Ah! So it's square. I know my shapes. So fun fact actually, while I'm putting this on here, is that I didn't know my shapes when I was younger. I actually have a perception problem where I would go to a rehab center and they had these blocks and you had to recreate a pattern with these blocks. They would show you a piece of paper and you would have to recreate the pattern that they had on the piece of paper using the blocks. Well, I couldn't do it. I'm severely dyslexic, especially with numbers. And they called it a perception problem. I just could not recreate these patterns because I couldn't discern where like a square would go versus a trapezoid. And it just became a real big problem at school, as you can imagine. And I went to a magnet school, and so they had a lot of tutoring with that before I even went to apply for. You had to apply for the school, you had to know your numbers, you had to know your shapes, and you had to know your colors already. And you would go in there with I guess it was a teacher or some sort of psychiatrist, and they would ask you, okay, what color is this? Okay, what color is that? And I remember she had a bear on the table, and I love teddy bears, and it was a ceramic bear. And I did really well. I remembered what my shapes were, and like they weren't in a pattern. Like I could recognize that there was a square. I could recognize it was a trapezoid. I could recognize that it was a triangle. But when you put it in a pattern, there's no way I could do it. Also, word problems. Word problems just made me cry because my brain just could not function the way that other people can function it. I was going to say normal people, but normal is a setting on a washing machine. Like, just other people were able to do it, and I was never able to do it. But, okay, I'm rambling. But I did well, and I was staring at this little ceramic teddy bear. It was so freaking cute. And then she opens that, now mind you, I'm 4. She opens the head of the teddy bear, takes out candy, and hands it to me. And I remember I wanted to start crying because like she just decapitated this bear. I had never seen a cookie jar before. We didn't have cookie jars at my house. There wasn't any room for them. We didn't have things that opened like that, and I had never seen that before, and I was completely traumatized. Obviously, because I still remember it to this day. Now, our pillow is done. Look, he's so squishy and lovable, and I don't know what I'm gonna do with it because my boyfriend probably won't let me put it on the couch because it's such weed trash. But I will have it to cuddle somewhere, probably in the craft room where I'm gonna keep Diva and display it, so it won't get cat fur all over it. But look, he's so squishy. I'm so glad I got him. I'm so glad they got them back in stock. There was an issue with putting my account number in there and then putting like my password. It didn't want to connect to it somehow. So I had to do it a couple times, and I think I'm locked out right now, which sucks because there's other stuff that I want to get. And I'm going to show you I need to remember to take my stickers out. I'll put these. Oh, I get 2 packs of stickers. Are they different? Are they different stickers? No, they're the same stickers. But, oh, there's a little mint eye. See a sticker? Alright, mint eye and some are not stickers. Which is, I'm sad. But the rest of them are. They're so cute. Outside of 7, B is my absolute favorite. He's a tough tie between 7. And what I was going to show you guys, speaking of weeb trash, was my pins that I'm going to put, ooh, sticky on the back. Put on my, what am I trying to say? Eat a bag for 7. Let's see if they'll all stay. But here's all my pins. And this board is actually made, my Kahlua cosplay made this board out of extra burr fabric from my burr coat. So this is a really special pin board. And these are going to be going on my Eat a bag, so I'm going to be making another pin board. Maybe making a V Eat a bag. Maybe. You know. But they're all really cute. I got a lot of them from TikTok. And I got some of them from Anime Fest in Acon. So yeah, that's that. So the non-fun heavy stuff. If you're triggered by death, and if you're triggered by depression, anxiety, someone talking about that, I would suggest stopping the video here. Love you guys. I totally do not blame you at all. So 2 weeks ago now, it was a Sunday, we were playing D&D, and my mother texted me, and she said that the lawyer, now a judge, that had solidified my adoption, I'm adopted, had died of pulmonary complications. Cirrhosis, was it cirrhosis? I forget what, it was pulmonary something. And it was absolutely devastating. We're playing on Discord, so I just had my hand over my mouth and I was just kind of quietly sobbing, but the boys could tell what was going on, like that I was crying. And I took my headphones off and muted it, and then I just started just absolutely sobbing. He was a very integral, well, he was the integral part of me becoming a family with my family. I'm not sure if he was a part of my sister's adoption. She's adopted from another family. But it was absolutely devastating to me that he had left this earth, and I didn't know he was sick. I didn't know that, well, I mean, you never know when you're going to lose someone, when their time's up and you have no more time with them. You never know when that's going to be. And then that week, my mother texted me again that my best friend from high school had died, and he had 6 different kinds of blood diseases. He was a very sick man. He had a liver transplant. He was on dialysis. I knew him when he was in high school. He's 15, so I'm guessing that he was, or 13, 15 or 13, around that age. He was in a football incident, and they took him to the hospital, and that's when they found out that he had these diseases. And he wasn't exactly a hemophiliac, but getting hurt could exacerbate his condition. He always had a little medical kit with him. When I knew him, he had a Firebird. One of the cars he had was a red Firebird, and he would always park his Firebird in the handicap parking, because if he had a shunt in his stomach, so if that started acting up or if something happened, he would have to get to his medical supplies really quickly. And it was always kind of, he was a great, funny, jovial makes him sound old, but he was a wonderful, good-natured, good-humored guy. He would make fun of himself. He would make fun of his condition. He never let it get him down. He was always a really positive person. Even they said that when he was in the hospital for this last time, he was like joking around with the nurses, and he loved to sing. He introduced me to Prince. He introduced me to Janet Jackson. This is the age that we were in. He would sneak us out, and we would go to gay bars right outside of our little town of Odessa, Texas, and just dance and have fun. And that was the start of my clubbing addiction, was with him. And it's behind me now. But I used to be in a club from Thursday till Sunday, because I would hit the gayborhood, as we called it. And on Thursdays, they had the drag queen shows. And these shows, even back in the day, were absolutely astounding and amazing. And I actually have I think her name was Pepsi. And I have a headshot of her with it signed. And they were gorgeous. We would go to the Rose Room it was called The Village. I think it's Club X or something like that now, but it was the Village, and they had this tiny room called the Rose Room upstairs, and we just loved it so much. And now it's huge. Like, I don't even recognize it anymore, but it is ginormous. And the girls that perform, the drag queens that perform, they're still absolutely astounding. And I can remember one night in my dorm room teaching Jeremy how to put on eyeliner. and he would like stretch out his eye and like try to do it like in a very uncomfortable looking way, and I'm just like, no, just relax, you know, you just kind of, and he's like, how do you do this without, I don't understand. It was so funny, but he looked very pretty. He did his makeup very well. We did tons of projects in school together, tons and tons. And I'll always remember that red Firebird. And after a while, it was really funny when it started like kind of acting up. There was a point where her name was Vivian from, what is it? Pretty Woman. The friend, her name was Vivian. And Vivian would not start with me in the car. She would absolutely not start with me in the car. It'd be hilarious because I would step out of the car, not even have time to close the door, and she would start up. And then Jeremy would turn the car off, I would get in the car, and he would try to start it, and she wouldn't start. She didn't like me at all. I don't know why. But we hung out so much. We went on choir trips together, went on ski trips together through choir. I went to a few of his Make-A-Wish events with him. It's nice and positive to think back on the memories because we have so many together. But I was going to show a picture, but I think I'm not going to. But it's also really heartbreaking to think about that I'm never going to see him again. But he's been told since he was 13 that he was going to die. That there was no way they could keep him alive, that he had too many diseases, that his body was working against him too hard, that it wasn't going to work for much longer. And he was a medical miracle. Like, he surpassed every milestone that they had for him. He lived until he was 36. I think he's a year older than me. And they didn't think that he would get half as many years. They thought he would die at 15. They were like, okay, well, you're going to die at 18. Okay, well, you're going to die at 20. Okay, well, you're going to... And to be told that over and over again, you think you would get depressed. And I'm sure there were moments where he was depressed about his situation and had anxiety about leaving this earth. But he wanted to live as vivaciously and purposely as he possibly could, and he did. And I'm so proud to have called him my friend, because he helped me through so much in high school, and I'm going to be eternally grateful to have known him. So, but losing 2 people in a week, that was really hard, and my depression and anxiety have just been through the roof. I kind of turtled up a little bit. I didn't go out or do anything. It just kind of been me and my boyfriend hanging out, just doing stuff together, me trying to keep it together as much as possible. I've let myself cry. I've let myself be myself and feel my feelings, but I've used my coping mechanisms, and I've used my ways of getting through things, my Dean Bear and cuddling with my boyfriend and my scents and all that kind of stuff. So and now I have a happy little V to cuddle with forever and always. So what I really need to do is clean my craft room, because I have Kalula cosplay coming over this weekend to try and to cheer me up and to do some things with. And she unfortunately ordered a coat from Wish, and it came in and it was horrible. Which sometimes you never know what you're going to get from Wish. $12 coat that's actually like a rip-off of a Fan Plus Friend or Baby the Starshine Bright or something, and it's a really crappy version of it. You just never know, but it looked really good. It had good reviews, so she took a shot at it. So we might be making a steampunk outfit for her for Steampunk November and for FriendoCon in October. So yeah, That's why there was no Nerd Shirt Tuesday or Warble Wednesday or anything like that. It's just been really hard. And I didn't want to talk about it, I guess, until now. But with the judge, it was I need to get off my feet. Get a little lower here, sorry. Adjust this just a little bit. You can see all my junk in the background. And that's my 707 wig. And this is junk. And then this, oh, you can't even see it, but that's the ears are Cube ears. And then all my Diva stuff back there. But what was I talking about? For the judge, one of the things that was so devastating is that I felt like a connection to my biological mother was severed. It was a shock, but also a feeling of kind of like a double feeling of loss, because I always thought I could reach out to him and find my birth mother, because in Texas it's a closed adoption state, and so those records are sealed. I think even, I'm not sure if my parents actually met my mother. I don't think they did. I think everything was through paperwork. And, cat hair. And it would have been, at some point in my life, I have always had, I guess, this family fantasy of finding her and us reconnecting, and also finding her medical records, because I've been such an autoimmune baby that, and I don't know why. I don't know if she had depression. I don't know if she suffered from anxiety or fibro or anything like that, if that ran in my family. I mean, I'm diagnosed now, so it's kind of a moot point, but knowing those things, and maybe knowing if there's breast cancer in my family or certain kinds of disorders in my family, I wouldn't feel so disconnected, I guess. It's hard to talk about. It's hard to find the words to describe how I'm feeling and how I felt, and I have no idea how I'm going to feel in the future, but that's it. That's how it is. So it's not a great time for me, you guys, but having this vlog, being able to talk to the ether, the yelling out into the void of the internet, I guess, and I don't guess, I know that it helps me. And I'm grateful for anyone who watches, anyone who comments, anyone who says that they hear me. And I think that's a good place to stop, because I'm getting a little emotional. So, but I love you guys, and I will talk to y'all later.